Your boy's out of practice, but I still think we can get into it. At the moment of me writing this, it's February 27th, 2024, and I'm pretty sure by the time I get this out, it'll either be late March or the first week of April. Now, why is this important? Well, I wanted to talk about black representation in media, specifically nerd culture, and I would have loved to do it during Black History Month, Shout out to my people. But because of certain circumstances, mainly me not having a good PC and me not wanting to go to my college campus, more on that later, to record, I just didn't, or I really couldn't, so, it's unfortunate. That being said, it's never not a good time to celebrate black people, and I think it's important to talk about representation for POCs. That being said, I'm Alex, and let's talk black representation. Like and subscribe, or you're racist. / lighthearted. Starting off, I think Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur on Disney Plus is the modern day version of the Static Shock cartoon. Now, wait. Hear me out. A show about a black character pretty much thrusted into the job of a superhero to help protect their community while also dealing with issues a young black child can understand, and they have a badass theme song. Like, have you listened to Moon Girl Magic? Have you listened to it? It's an amazing song. Diamond White, her vocals, so good. You can't tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong on that, alright? And while I haven't seen season 2 as of writing, I can say that the first season is absolutely amazing. There are several episodes that tackle issues with community, issues with identity, anxiety, and much more. Each is crafted with care to give it this really authentic feel. Plus, the Lafayette family, Lunella's family, the main character, are all voiced by black voice actors. And this isn't the only impressive, black VA on the show. Lawrence Fishburne is a big part. He's called the Beyonder, being capable of unimaginable things. David Diggs, fucking Jefferson in Hamilton, is the Rat King, and Jennifer Hudson is Hair. They even casted Mae Jemison, the first black astronaut. You know how impressive that is? You know how cool that is? It's so cool. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Honestly, you can't tell me that love wasn't put into the first season. You can't look at that and be like, yeah, no, this was soulless. All right, this is not like all the other live action MCU shows. All right, this love and care was put into the show, and I know for a fact that the same care was put into season 2. So I'm excited to see where else this series takes it and that Disney doesn't cancel it. Alex from the future here. While I was doing research for this video, I did come across a channel that definitely puts into words about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur that I couldn't really put into words. So I'm gonna put the video in the description. Yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now. So go watch their video, because it's really good. Yeah. They also make a bunch of other analysis videos. So, you should watch them. When talking about black representation, I think it's really weird not to talk about Miles Morales, and while I can't really talk about what he's done for the Puerto Rican community, because I'm a Negro doing nigga shit, and not Puerto Rican, I can talk about how he, as a character, changed the landscape for black heroes. He's the Wally West to Peter's Barry Allen, a character who was introduced to be the second to the more popular character, but quickly went on to be more massive than the character itself, and has all of their own stories and abilities that far surpass their predecessor. On top of having all the powers that Peter has, Miles has bioelectricity that he uses offensively and has recently learned to turn it into a sword, although I just learned recently that he has a Super Saiyan mode. It's kind of cool. Camouflage, X-ray spider vision, and of course the exaggerated swagger of the black teen. And since his creation, which mind you was inspired by Donald Glover, he's played many pivotal roles within the Marvel Universe, had 2 amazing games, despite the second game giving him an ugly ass suit in the end. Fuck that. And alongside 2 of the best hero movies I think we've gotten for a while, he's not running out of steam anytime soon. His presence is showing black kids everywhere that they can be heroes too, even when no one wants to hide it. And this bit right here, this is gonna be off script, but I really enjoy like Miles as a character. He has his own like struggles, and they haven't really goofed him up as hard as they've goofed Peter. If you've read the Spider-Man comics, you kind of know how tortured they make Peter, and like Miles is not always as bad. So I really appreciate them for not doing that. He's a black queen. I think that's pretty cool. Miles is a great character. He's an amazing character, and I think that I'm excited to see where they do him as a character and where they put him in. And I'm really excited to see Beyond the Spider-Verse, because I think the Spider-Verse movies are artistically some of the best movies ever. So yeah, you know what is a really great black television show aside from, The Boondocks, Jimmy Fox Show, Sister, Moesha, My Wife and Kids, House of Pain, although I'm not really a big fan of Tyler Perry, Living Single, the aforementioned Static Shock, and Family Matters? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, say what you want about Will Smith, but that show was peak, alright? That show was amazing, alright? It showed black issues in a way that was unique for that time. It's simply a show about a black kid from the streets suddenly living in a rich, white ruling lifestyle. It shows how hard it is to be in that environment while also not losing your black identity. And while Will is the main character, you aren't always learning the lessons through him, right? He's not the only medium that you see these issues showing up. Like it's through sometimes it's through his cousins, or it's through his aunt, through his uncles, sometimes through his friends that he's made while living in Bel-Air, or even the people who come from Philadelphia to visit Will. You kind of see all these black issues played out through them. One of my favorite episodes, and I feel like the biggest example of seeing how living in a white ruling society as a black person and just can sometimes ruin, I guess not ruin is the right word, sometimes make you forget your black identity, is the episode where Will and Carlton get arrested. Now I know this sounds bad, that's my favorite episode, but bear with me here. They get arrested because they're driving a very nice car to deliver to a rich friend of the family, and they get lost in a very nice neighborhood and get pulled over. And throughout the episode, as they're in jail, Carlton pretty much insists that the police are infallible, and that the reason they got stopped and arrested is Will's fault because they got lost. While Will is constantly trying to tell Carlton that the reason is simply because they're black, while also getting increasingly fed up with Carlton, which I can understand from a personal standpoint, because trying to explain, hey, there's not always like a good reason. Sometimes it's simply the reason is just because of who you are, right? Because of your racial identity, is that things happen to you. And while that's not fair, it is unfortunately the reasoning of this world. It's just how things function, which sucks so much ass. And while they do get out thanks to Uncle Phil being a total G and putting an officer in his place, there's always this sense of frustration within me, because I can relate to Will getting frustrated at Carlton. One of my biggest fears is going outside and getting stopped by cops. I could go on a walk to get a sandwich that's right around the corner, and I'll still be fearful of getting pulled over. I once got food at it was midnight, I was really hungry, and I had poke bowl and ice cream, and I had to walk home because I didn't want to take an Uber. And the entire time I kept looking over my shoulder because, oh no, what if a cop sees me and they think, oh, it's definitely being suspicious and pull me over. And I get arrested despite the fact that I paid for the food myself. Because I'm currently in Missouri. More on that later at the end of this video. It feels like a very real fear. It's rough because explaining that to other black people who don't get that is very frustrating. Trying to explain that from a young age that I was taught to be careful around police and watch my people get shot and no one caring about them, yet hearing some niggas just don't get it is really frustrating. And it's nice that the show shows that it's not invisible. It's putting my thoughts into words and showing me that, hey, you're not alone in this frustration. And I know I'm not alone in this frustration, like, conceptually. But it's nice seeing a show of proportional popularity. A show that was really popular at its time and even now. Showing those issues makes me feel a lot better. And that is why it is probably one of the best shows of all time. Just seeing shows like that and having stuff like that is what I think makes the black experience not as doomsday as modern media would have you to believe. There's always going to be issues like that. There will never not be issues like that. But knowing that I'm not alone makes me feel a lot better. So yeah, no. All this to say, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of my favorite shows. It's like one I need to go back and rewatch. Yeah, no. Love it. Okay, so if you haven't seen The Blackening, I highly suggest it. The movie centers around a group of friends, all black, who decide to reconnect in the cabin in the woods and are eventually forced to play a game in which to determine each other's blackness, and the blackest person gets killed off. As a nigga, I thought the movie was pretty funny because it's like full of things I've heard growing up, like not knowing how to play spades, or just like not knowing like how to season, right? Let your spirits talk to you, you know? I talked to a white person who had watched the movie and they're like, it's a horror movie, which made me really interested in the movie, and I'd love to hear more opinions about it if you have seen it or if you watch it later. I'd love to hear what you thought about the movie, but also, like, in a sense, it made sense because the movie is chock full of black references to the point that I thought it was funny, and I already knew who the killer was before they even introduced them, so it ended up feeling more like parody in a way. And if you aren't aware of these things they're talking about, I can fully see how it's a horror movie. Honestly, it's a movie made by niggas for niggas. So, yeah, no, I have to go back and rewatch it because it's been a while. I could probably and definitely go on about black representation if I had the time and the energy, which I don't really have either of those. But honestly, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. Black people have spent so long being made fun of in media that it's nice to see stuff that lifts us up. Black History may be just 1 month and the shortest one of the year, but Black history itself spans far and wide. It's always so wonderful to see the arts that we've made and the music we create, and I love my people. I love seeing our creativity blossom and to see us doing amazing things. So I really want to see more black representation in media and see black joy in media, because I think we deserve it. Also, if you're uncomfortable with my use of the word nigga throughout this video, first off, unless you're black, I don't want to hear anything you have to say about it. Second, if I hear you saying it and you're not black, I'm giving hands on the spot. I don't care if you have a black friend or a partner, or if you say, oh, someone may be a Puerto Rican or Hispanic descent who has black friends who let you say it, but definitely should have gotten your ass handed to you for saying it. especially if you act like one of us, or at least try to, I'm giving you hands. Righteously. You getting your ass beat with the righteous left hand and left right, left of God. God damn it. If you're mixed, you might get a pass. That's really a council decision, not mine. So yeah, no, thank you for watching. Yeah, no, felt like a really abrupt end, but you know, that's just how I roll. Well, this is my first video in a while, because I moved to Missouri. A lot of things happened, and I just needed to move to Missouri, get out of the state. I'm living with my dad, and I'm doing cool things. Here's some stuff that I'm doing. I'm on film sets. I love the people I've been working with. I guess working with these people I go to class with, they're awesome. They're great. I have a lot of fun. We all goof around, but at the end of the day, we make really fun films. So I'm so happy to be able to be doing this with all these awesome people, and I really appreciate them all. I've been doing a lot of other cool shit, and I will be continuing to do a lot more cool things. Keep an eye out on the channel, because while I'm making projects, I might make another video or two, but most of my projects will end up on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know if I've already uploaded. I probably will have already uploaded it by this time, or at least it'll be public. There's a music video that I made some months back, and I really didn't like it at start, but now I'm very proud of it. But yeah, no, thank you for watching my first video in a while. This is a topic I'm really passionate about. I'd love to hear what shows you as a person relate to. I'm also thinking of rebranding. So yeah, heads up on that. Thanks for watching, and oh man, it's nice to say this. It's nice to say this again. I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.